Welcome to the MANIC HSTRY Podcast. I'm Adge Peters.
I'm Carmelo Grassi.
And we're going to talk about shit. All right, so do we think that Courtney killed Kurt?
So you want, so like for me, like when I as a kid, I always didn't look into it yet. And I bought whatever I heard, on MTV News because I was like a big fan of MTV growing up. I just like sat around and waited for like good videos to come on.
Right.
Which is a thing of the past,
Yeah.
But after watching Soaked in Bleach, I was like, oh. And I wonder what your perspective is because I have a couple questions for you if you have a different perspective than mine.
I might.
All right, so look, when I watched Soaked in Bleach and I saw the friggin' how she copied his handwriting.
Right.
And they found it at her like lawyer's office and literally matched the end of the suicide note like to the letters that she copied from his diaries. That's pretty hard to friggin' write that off.
Item number 4, the alleged suicide note. This is a copy of the note that has been widely circulating. Tom Grant suggests that only the last 4 lines indicate suicide. They read, "Please keep going, Courtney. For Frances, for her life which will be so much happier without me. I love you. I love you." Curiously, these lines are written in much larger characters than the rest of the note. Unsolved Mysteries asked handwriting expert Marcel Matley to compare a copy of Cobain's alleged suicide note with copies of 2 pages of lyrics handwritten by Cobain. Matley believes the bulk of the note was written by Cobain, but finds the last 4 lines questionable.
And when they were in Rome, she like drugged him.
Like 90 roofies or something.
Yeah.
The Rofenols.
Yeah, like why would you do that? And she was definitely sketchy.
Did you read Heavier Than Heaven?
I have not.
That's like the biography. But see, like there's this guy, Charles Cross, that wrote that. And like I kind of realized that like he is like the author that kind of writes the books that is the mainstream perspective on the artist. You know what I'm saying? He did one, I believe, on Jimi Hendrix too. And they really banked on the fact that Kurt killed himself, and there was none of the stuff from Soaked in Bleach was in that book at all. They said like almost after she gave him the 90 roofies or whatever that he was like brain damaged afterwards. Like it did some type of damage to him long term. Yeah.
They said before he killed himself, there was like a couple people that saw him and he was just walking around his town just like aimlessly looking. Yeah. Like he wasn't the same person.
Missing in action for 6 days, they said his mother was like, oh, well. So, like, I don't know. I'm going to take this perspective that I got from the Soaked in Bleach thing. They said Kurt enjoyed hanging out in, like, hotels that were kind of, like, sketchy.
Yeah.
And I think he liked that aspect of it. But, yeah, I heard that, too. But then I also heard, like, he went into... I always thought this was, like, pretty funny that he was in Passages Malibu. And you could literally, like, walk out the front door. And he climbed over the back fence and left.
Right.
I was like, yeah.
Yeah, that was his last rehab.
Yeah. And I thought. I don't even know. Did he ever go to any other ones?
Yeah, probably not. That's actually a good point.
Rehabs for quitters, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I went down a crazy rabbit hole, and I was convinced that Courtney killed him, and she might have, But I think the more time that goes, because it's always fascinated me. I never understood why would he do that, right? He was at the top of his game. He's like the epitome of what a rock star looks like. Well, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree, and he's one of my favorites. But then it's like the old like adage they were saying, like, it's like you either fade into obscurity or die at the peak of your strength and be remembered forever.
That was in his suicide note.
Yeah, like I get that, and then I also see like they even said when he was a kid he wanted to kill himself like Jimi Hendrix. He said when he was a kid, but Jimi Hendrix I really believe was murdered as well. But it's a whole nother story.
Or at the very least a drug overdose, right?
He didn't even do heroin, bro. Like people always like if you like. I used to just for fascination I'd be like, hey, how do you think Jimi Hendrix died? And people are always like heroin overdose. That's not the case, bro. Like he didn't even do heroin when he died.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, like see when
you always think he was a fucking dope head.
He wasn't, bro.
That's
and like
wild.
When he died, they said that he had amphetamine in his system. But this is the part that blows my mind. So look, Jimi Hendrix befriended some people that were involved with the Black Panthers. You know what I mean?
Right.
And the fear of the powers that be were that he was going to... Because the Black Panthers always had numbers. They never had money, bro. And they were afraid that he was going to take his record sales that he was getting from suburban white kids and funnel it to the Black Panthers. And then with money and numbers, you could get some shit done, bro.
Absolutely.
You know?
Yeah, that's interesting.
And he was also like doing things that were like a little bit on the forefront of change. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I believe, like, you know, Jimmy is a uniter, bro. Like, he brought together people of all races, backgrounds. It doesn't matter. That's what art does, you know?
Right.
He's a true artist. And he was dating white women. And I think that the powers that be weren't into it, bro. And
Yeah, no, they definitely weren't.
yeah, they literally, when they said he was awake when he went into the ambulance, and then he asphyxiated on his vomit, they found pills and wine in his lungs.
Wow, so he didn't even swallow them.
Dude, that's like someone holding your nose and
Right.
yeah,
Yeah.
That's what I believe happened to him, bro. I believe he was killed, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no.
And I believe Kurt, man, you know, like, I think that if anybody had a motive for him to die, man, it's Courtney, because he wanted to divorce her ass, bro.
Yeah.
And she got nothing.
He was really obsessed with her, though. Like, if you go into his, like, journals or anybody, like, he was really obsessed with her. And
Probably saw
she
her
was playing
approval,
games. She
you know?
was with
Billy Corgan.
Yeah.
I know. That's
she
terrible.
was playing games with him.
That broke his heart, bro. I believe.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I could understand that. You know, And on another side note, Billy Corgan wrote "Celebrity Skin" and Kurt lived through this.
Right.
Believe it 100%. You could tell. Like, you could listen to those albums and it's like Kurt wrote those songs. Billy
Right.
wrote those songs.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like, I don't know. I'm not I was a fan of Hole, bro. I think Hole is actually a pretty ill band. Like,
Yeah, they're pretty dope.
Lived through this. I listened to that album as a kid. I remember it scarred me because the back of the album cover had like the girl with the. Have you ever seen that? That's wild.
Yeah.
I remember being a kid, like, whoa, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's heavy.
You know, no doubt, you know. But like, this is the one thing I would say though. Like, the one fact that makes me think that Kurt didn't kill himself was on the suicide scene. Courtney like kind of primed the police and primed everybody like, Kurt's suicidal.
Yeah.
You know, but then, dude, they said that there was no way he could even shot himself with the shotgun.
Yeah, they said that, and he had like a ridiculous amount of heroin in his system.
Yeah, enough that would have like pretty much killed anybody.
Right, but
Even an experienced, seasoned user.
right. So like he would have been dead before he even got his head blown off.
They said that like the guy was a coroner. He's never seen anybody like shoot dope and then shoot themselves. If anything, they're in withdrawal, they'll shoot themselves or something.
Sure.
You know what I mean? You kind of are like, fuck it, I'll live another day.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. I think so yeah, I've always subscribed to the fact that it was Courtney. And like I said, I went down these like crazy rabbit holes, but recently I've been looking at it from a different perspective, because if you look at his interviews, like you could look at an interview from like a month before he died, and this is what made me thought that Courtney killed him, because
right?
yeah, he's talking about like he wants to make an acoustic album, which, oh my God, I would have loved to hear an acoustic album from Kurt.
I know.
It might be nice to eventually start playing acoustic guitars and be thought of as a singer and a songwriter rather than a grunge rocker, you know? Because then I might be able to take advantage of that when I'm older and sit down on a chair and play acoustic guitar like Johnny Cash or something, you know? And it won't be a big joke, but who knows?
But I feel like a lot of his behaviors really mirror bipolar symptoms, right?
Even though, you know, dude, like they said that he wanted the stage set for the Unplugged like a funeral.
Like a funeral.
I mean, like, ooh, it's like gives me the chills, like just talking about it, bro. Like, you know what I mean? And it was a great performance. The ending was very heavy to me, and like, it would be a good,
My girl.
yeah.
Dude, that scream at the end. Oh, I get chills every single
know.
time I hear that.
I know it's like a really good farewell performance if that's what your goal is, you know. But like, I don't know. I also feel like he maybe wanted to just like take a step back from what he was doing. Like, I heard he wanted to be a painter, move to France,
Right.
which is pretty cool. Yo, his art is something else, bro.
It's so good.
I love to paint. Like, I'm a painter myself, and like, dude, like, it's so creative and so different than anything else
In
I've ever
utero,
seen.
he made that.
Yeah, everything that
Yeah.
he did was so like, wow, like what the hell.
He was an artist in every sense of the word.
In
Like, that's all he was.
In elementary school, I had the T-shirt 1967 and 94, like with his like picture when he died, and on the back it had like the painting of like an angel, and it had like a full nudity genitalia and shit. And I used to wear it in elementary school, and they would always like kind of be controversial.
Right.
I remember.
Going back to the Unplugged session, I saw there's like one documentary or whatever, and I think it was like one of the showrunners after the show. They were in the elevator, and Kurt looked at her and was like, did I do a good job? And she's like, are you kidding me? Dude,
Wow.
that was like, of course you did a good job, Kurt, you know?
I heard he wasn't high during that performance either.
Yeah, he wasn't.
Somebody told me that he took like 2.25 Xanax or something. I read maybe or some shit like that. You know, like he was like actually kind of sober for that, you know?
But it goes to show where his self-esteem is at.
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean? And just like how his moods vary, you know?
Were they one of the first bands to do an Unplugged?
No,
I think they might have been.
maybe they were.
Because
I
I
know
know-
Clapton did one. I don't know if it was before.
No, I'm not sure, dog. I'm not sure. I know
Those are my two favorite, man.
Yeah.
The Clapton and that's where I'm pretty sure he premiered Tears in Heaven,
Yeah, that's unbelievable.
which is a banger.
Yeah, no doubt.
About his son dying, falling out of a building.
Yeah, I read his biography too, I believe. When I was younger, I was into reading people's biographies. I just got the Marilyn Manson one. I didn't read it yet, though.
Dude, he had a wild... I listened to this one like documentary or YouTube video where he had like... He would like beat his mom like physically.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Yeah,
Man.
yeah.
Choke her or something because he thought
Right.
she cheated on his dad or something.
Right.
Yeah, me and him share the same birthday.
Okay.
Not the same year.
What
but
is
the same
that?
day, January 5th. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so, dude, I've always...
Does that make you a Gemini?
No, I'm a Capricorn.
Capricorn.
Capricorn, yeah.
Nice.
Gemini, my baby mama's a Gemini.
Yeah, they're crazy.
Shout out to Crazy Meg. No?
Crazy Meg.
Yeah, but I always I remember as a kid, man, I lived in Florida and he lived in Florida too. There was a sick scene for they called them Mansonites when I was a kid, bro. They were like kids that would rock the ill I am the god of fuck shirt, like Marilyn Manson.
Jankos.
Yeah, Jankos. I had the Jankos.
I had
dude.
the Jankos.
Yeah, the wide low joints. They're literally, my waist was like a 28. The bottom of those things is like a 30, dude. You know?
I remember in 5th grade, I had them on.
Hell yeah.
And I was walking in the cafeteria and I tripped over.
No
it.
doubt. Yeah, I used to rollerblade.
I felt like the biggest idiot.
People used to say that they were made to go over the knee pads when you rollerblade or some shit, but like those are the worst pants for rollerblading because they get stuck in the wheel if you go backwards.
Yeah.
I like broke my wrist like that one time.
With the huge back pockets, man.
Yeah.
We should bring those back though.
They're coming back, dude. Everything is coming back from the 90s.
Right. It is. Yeah, we were just talking about how rock rap, hip hop, like Limp Bizkit style. Like, that's gonna be making a comeback,
dude. It's
or it
all
already is.
Yeah, it's all in cycles, man. Like I was like thinking about it. Like when I was born in 1986. There's videos of me when I'm like 2-3 years old performing rhyming and stealing with my uncle, you know, from the Beastie Boys.
Yeah.
I love the Beastie Boys. Like I
Yeah.
still think that they were like
They're fire.
you know, they were on the fucking forefront of that, you know?
Girls.
Yeah, I love all this shit,
Yeah.
bro. License to Ill is one of like my favorite albums. Paul's Boutique is fire. Looking Down the Barrel of a Gun is probably my favorite Beastie Boys track. I love that shit.
Yeah, that's
From
a
the
good
Beavis
one.
and Butthead Experience. I bought the tape when I was a kid and it had that on it, you know? And that was like the first wave of like the rock rap. I would say like Run DMC, Aerosmith,
Right,
Beastie
right.
Boys, you know, all that shit. Sampling, you know, like the drum breaks. Dude, did you know why they call break dancers break dancers?
No. Oh, for the break.
Because they dance over the
Yeah.
drum break. They
Yeah,
wait for
yeah,
the drum
yeah.
break. You know,
Right.
I never knew that until recently. But like,
These are the breaks.
yeah, no doubt. Yeah, Curtis Blow, right?
Yeah.
And then, so when I was like in middle school, I bought like the fucking Limp Bizkit $3 bill, y'all, or whatever.
Yeah.
And dude, that album was
It's
sick.
fire.
Counterfeit,
It's fire.
like that song was sick. I liked all that shit. And then it became cool to like.
Psycho female blowing
Right?
up the phone line.
And then it was cool to hate on Fred Durst after that, though. Like,
Sure.
they blamed him for Woodstock '99, which was like an ill performance. I mad props to Fred on that one.
break stuff.
Dog, they broke.
doors.
Did you see what they had like the door? It's like a door, like a piece of wood. You see, like just go to the
Yeah.
stage. And, like he's like, give me something to break. They gave him some stuff to break.
They hated Fred for that.
Going this way, I just might break your fucking face tonight. Give me some break. Give me some to break. Give me some to break.
Yeah, but I thought it was one of the greatest performances. The silence when he's like, "Break your fucking face tonight,"
Yeah.
like is unmatched, yo. That was great. But then it fades out and then it divides again but I feel like hip hop, rap, country, metal, punk rock, it's all rebel music, bro. Like it all
Yeah.
comes from the same vein, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like and that's why the music I make, and I feel like it's a lot of the stuff I hear from you, it's like diverse. It includes all of that, bro, because it's
Yeah.
all the same thing kind of, you know?
And I'm all over the place too. It's like one minute I want to write this, the other
Yeah.
I want to write that.
I'm trying to like kind of just incorporate all the aspects of what I'm interested in into my music, you know what I mean? And it's like, it's not easy, but I feel like eventually that's where it's all headed, bro. You know, like everything is kind of becoming one, you know, in a sense.
And it's like we grew up in a different time too, you know. It's like, because like I remember in 5th grade, or maybe it was 4th grade, 5th grade maybe, I was obsessed with Manson. You know, like like the Black Nails, the Jankos.
I still
and
got
then
a little
the
Manny.
next year, Eminem came out. I bleached my hair, and I was Eminem then. You know,
Dude,
what I mean?
when I became obsessed with Marilyn Manson, I was getting into that. Like, so I remember being in the car in Coral Springs, Florida, where I lived, and there was a station 94.9 Zeta, it was called, and they played Sweet Dreams. And my mom was a Eurythmics fan, you know, dude. When I heard that shit, I remember being like, "Whoa!" And my mom loved the Eurythmics version. She's like, "This is weird," and like, I was pretty much committed to Manson after that, dude. And then I saw the video.
Fire.
I was hooked. I've been hooked since, bro. And to me, like, I was gonna say, like, on my from some of my favorite albums growing up are Smells Like Children, which is like the Marilyn Manson album that gets no shine, bro. Like, because it's really like an EP or a remixes, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Portrait of an American Family, like, I recently revisited, and I think that album is fucking amazing.
It's so good.
It's
That's
so
a really
different.
good
It's
one.
very like nothing like it, bro. Like
That was a special time. That was definitely
sure.
Korn.
Yeah, Korn was awesome. Blind. That was another
Blind.
Woodstock
I was
performance.
just
That
gonna
was
say
insane.
Blind, dude.
I
like the first drum beat.
Oh, right. It's on the freak. I think it's on like the ride. Like, ding,
Yeah,
ding,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
on the bell.
Yeah.
Like, I torture all my friends. I'm like, you gotta watch this.
ready?
I remember the Beavis and Butthead episode when they saw that video. Beavis like fucking goes all like epileptic on it. You know, that was wild, yo.
Whoa, this looks like it might rock. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I love that shit too, man. Like, you know, like that was Korn is still like, you know, well, I kind of like faded out with like that as I got older, but I still like them, you know. But Manson I still revisit, and 9 Inch Nails I really like too, you know.
Yeah, they're on a different level.
Yeah, now he does like a lot of movies and shit, right? Like he's like
Yeah.
a lot of the dudes that I'm like interested production wise kind of went that route, like RZA and Trent Reznor. They kind of do like movie scores now, you know.
Right. Which, I mean, makes sense for Trent, for sure.
For sure.
And
yeah.
RZA.
Yeah, RZA kills it at that
he's
shit, dude.
Yeah, really good producer.
They're probably
good at arranging and putting things together.
with the MPC, bro. Those are probably my 2 biggest influences, to be honest with you. Like RZA and Trent, you know what I mean? Like, and that's like pretty diverse, but they're both awesome at what they do, you know.
Right. The way Johnny Cash did Hurt is just...
But I love it. Believe it. But I think that Trent's version is just as good,
Yeah.
even darker.
Oh, no, it's way darker. He's like
You know?
whispering and stuff.
Yeah, like a lot of people like give Johnny the glory on that, but Kurt wrote it first, bro, and he
Right.
made it his own though. That's the thing. He definitely owned it and made it his own. But
I felt like it made more because it felt more real because he was at the end of his road.
yeah, no
you know what I
doubt.
mean? Like
yeah,
he was
yeah.
like
It's kind of like reminiscent, like looking back at your life, kind of
exactly.
deal, you know.
And he was like, that's where he was in his life.
Yeah,
you know?
it's a heavy song, bro. I love it. That
He had
video was
lost
great.
his wife, June Carter.
He changed a couple of the lyrics, you know.
Yeah.
I remember Trent's like, I wear this crown of shit.
Yeah.
That's like, whoa.
Yeah. Johnny was really religious.
Yeah, yeah. I love that about him, man. I'm a spiritual man myself.
Have you ever listened to Unearthed?
No.
It is the best. It's basically like the first like 13 songs are just Johnny Cash with an acoustic guitar.
Yeah.
So it feels like he's just sitting right there playing you these like songs. I've learned every song off that album.
You know what
It
some
is
of
so
my
good.
favorite Johnny Cash shit is? You'll never
What?
believe the gospel album. I swear to God.
So the other half is like all gospel on it.
Yeah, so you know, like when I went through some tough times in my life, and like I remember I felt like everybody in the world turned on me, and
Sure.
what I listened to was Johnny Cash, That's Enough. That song is a banger. I don't know if you ever heard it. It is the best, and I was there when it happened. And I think it's funny they play those songs in the movie, which is my favorite scene in the movie. Probably. Have you ever seen the Johnny Cash movie?
Yeah, of course.
You know when they're like, well, if
times.
you're in the gutter, you had one chance to play something. Like, what would it be? And then he plays Folsom Prison Blues. But before that, he plays I Was There When It Happened, and I was sold on it. I thought I believed in what he said, but that's a great movie. That was one of the ones I've actually watched a bunch of times. You know.
Have you ever watched the show I Think You Should Leave?
No, what is
And
that?
it's like a sketch comedy show, and they like kind of like recreate that scene, and it's pretty funny. It's pretty funny.
I made my girlfriend watch it with me recently, and I'm just like, yo, watch it. I just ruined the whole part for her, but like, you know, I got a lot out of it. I love that. I could definitely love it. I love how he's playing it all slow and he just like looks at the bass player like,
Yeah.
like the guy's like, all right. And I love that solo too. It's simple, but it's great. You know,
Yeah.
you know,
Joaquin Phoenix.
Joaquin Phoenix. I just recently seen the Joker movie.
Such a good job.
You ever
man.
seen that shit? The Joker,
No, I haven't.
bro, he kills it.
Yeah. He's
Yo,
a
like-
great actor.
I mean, everybody, you know, I'm gonna always say like, yo, Heath Ledger played the Joker great because he really like embodied the personality or whatever. But yo, Joaquin plays it with a whole new flavor to it and kills it, man. And there's gonna be a part 2, I think. You know,
Right. What's interesting about that is I can't believe it. What was his name? Who played the Joker? I just forgot it.
Heath Ledger.
Heath Ledger. So he was really into this guy named Nick Drake. Are you familiar with him?
I'm not sure. No, I don't know.
So Nick Drake was this genius artist from the late 60s, early 70s. He got a record deal. He put out 3 amazing incredible albums. The guy was just so good. But he never broke, right? So like all of his albums didn't sell anything. And they were masterpieces, you know?
Isn't that crazy how that works out?
Right. But after like 3 albums, the record company were like, okay, well, we're not going to like make another one. And he had a 5-year career and he ended up committing suicide. And then years later, one of his songs got put in a commercial or something. And then he got all of the flowers that he wanted. But it's interesting because Heath Ledger, he didn't really blow up until after he died, right?
Yeah. Well, he was already a movie star.
Yeah, he was.
You know what's crazy? He lived in Brooklyn, like close to where I was born and grew up. And he used to go to the local bars wearing a fucking balaclava, like a ski mask.
Yeah,
and would
yeah.
just drink at the bar with a ski mask on.
That's savage.
And I heard he would cop in the projects over there. You know what I mean?
Really?
Like, yeah, pretty wild. And you know what else is funny? I don't know if you ever heard this, but if you remember the scene when he like breaks out of the hospital and he like blows up the hospital. Like,
Yeah,
whatever?
yeah.
That outfit that he's wearing, you know who it was inspired by?
Who?
Twiggy Ramirez in Marilyn Manson. Once again.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you know how he used to wear like the weird like
Yeah.
dresses or whatever you want to call them. It looks like a
Yeah.
nurse outfit, sort of.
I forgot about him.
I dig their style, dude, and
So much.
yeah, I just
Yeah.
watched recently a little documentary about it, and then when they were the spooky kids, that shit was like their style
The
was definitely
spooky kids.
very cool, like
Yeah,
thrift
but-
store. It reminded me like, dude, I still go into the Halloween store and end up buying shit that I wear all year round.
Right.
You know what I
Yeah. It's fun to dress up.
Yeah, no doubt. I'm about
Halloween's
it.
definitely my holiday.
Yeah, every day's Halloween. Right?
Yeah. It's why-
Go ahead. What were you gonna say? No, yeah, like the Joker movie is like really good though, and I didn't expect to like it as much as I did. You know, everybody was
Right.
like, "You're gonna love it," and
I gotta see it.
yeah, like it's big on like it's funny because like I made business cards for my tattooing when I like first became a tattooer in a store, and on my card it said, "You get what you deserve." And I didn't mean it in a negative sense. I meant like you get the tattoo that you deserve. You deserve a
Right.
good one, you get a good one, you know?
Yeah.
I really feel like I'm just like a mediator between the tattoo gods and you. You know
Right,
what I'm
a
saying?
vessel.
Yeah, and he uses that line a lot in that movie, man. Like, you know, like, and I feel like it's just a wild movie. I think you should definitely watch it. The ending is heavy, dude, and crazy, you know?
Yeah. I'm definitely gonna watch it. You said you watched the Elvis movie. I haven't seen that yet either.
My parents like were all about it, dude. And there's one scene, man, like when he's like, because he grew up in the hood, kind of, you know what I mean? Like,
Sure.
And he's in like a blues club, and this dude is playing some like slow version of
That's all right.
yeah, bro. That
was
the
his
same
first
shit.
single.
Yeah, like Grateful
all
Dead.
right,
I've heard Grateful
mama.
Dead do that song really ill. Have you ever heard that
Grateful
shit?
Dead's so good.
Like my mama told me, Papa done told me too. Yeah, I love that shit.
Yeah.
That's a great song. Yo, but you know what's crazy too? Like, you know, Elvis never wrote any of his own songs.
Oh yeah, I know that.
I didn't know that until like kind of recently. You know who his idol was, right?
Who?
Chuck Berry.
Of course.
Chuck Berry kind of doesn't get the flowers he deserves. I mean, my man pretty much invented rock and roll,
Yeah. He had
in my opinion.
a huge part in it. Yeah.
Yeah, and Little Richard.
Right.
Little Richard was the dude, bro. I mean, even Jimi Hendrix said that like his rocking the little processed curls in his hair, face and shit. That all came
Right.
from Little Richard. Even if you look at his facial hair.
Yeah.
the way he
There
dressed.
wasn't like anybody who acted like flamboyant like that.
Yeah, and he
just,
was. It's funny because Little Richard was like a man of God, and then he would like kind of like go back and forth thinking he was doing the devil's music, and it's pretty
Right.
interesting, you know.
But yeah, if you think about that combo doing rock and roll, but like in a flamboyant way, like that's That's
well,
like
rock and roll didn't even exist,
right.
right? In that sense,
But
I
you
mean,
like gave the blueprint,
no doubt.
you know.
Yeah,
For
man.
sure.
I feel like I got that's pretty interesting because like thinking about how he's a man of God, playing the devil's music, pretty much invented it, right? You know when Black Sabbath came to America, right? Guess where they performed their first performances?
Where?
Catholic high schools.
Damn.
My buddy's dad is from Rahway, New Jersey, and witnessed Black Sabbath play his Catholic high school. Do you know why?
Why?
Because if you believe in God, you believe in the devil, bro.
Ooh.
If you don't, it don't really
Right.
mean nothing to you. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
Like, like talking about the big boogeyman don't mean nothing if you don't believe in it. You
Must
know
have
what I
been
mean?
wild to see them at a Catholic church.
Could you
dude.
imagine?
Ozzy in his prime, dude.
Ozzy is my dude, bro.
Ozzy's the dude, man.
He's the chosen one, bro.
Goodbye to romance.
Yeah, that's my dude. Oh,
Dusty
yo.
Rhodes. Oh my
Dude.
God. Try to learn any of his guitar riffs. Your brain
Oh, Randy
just-
Rhodes. Randy Rhodes.
Randy Rhodes.
Yeah, no doubt.
Randy Rhodes.
You know what's really
Dusty
crazy?
Rhodes, the wrestler, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Gold
Yeah.
Dust or
Yeah,
something.
yeah, yeah. They all exist.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what's really crazy is that the song Changes, right? The same dude, the guy that watched him perform in Rahway, I was like, one time I was like, oh, like what's like some of your favorite like Black Sabbath songs? And he's like, Changes. And I never really liked Changes. Like I always thought it was like whatever, right? And I do not know the dude's name, but man, there is like a blues dude that dedicates it to his mother who died and performs the song Changes. I'm telling you, you have to see it, man. It literally gives me chills, and it made me and my girl cry, bro, when we heard it. Like he gave me the meaning of that song, bro. I didn't really realize how ill that song was until I heard it performed by him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta find that dude's name because I mean, I was like we found it by accident. My girl was like, "Oh, yo," like we were talking about her mother because her mother passed when she was kind of young, and she's like, "Oh, I wish that God would just like give me a sign that my mother is with me and shit." And then I'm just like browsing on Instagram, on YouTube, and boom, this video comes up, and I just clicked on it because I was like, "Oh yeah," like because I remember my boy's dad. I go, "You like this song Changes?" He goes, "That song's fucking badass," and I was like, yeah, it's not one of my favorites. Now it is because of that dude, man. You know?
Yeah.
Changed my whole perspective on it, you know?
Yeah, no, Ozzy's got bangers.
It's kind of amazing, though, like, when somebody can, like, translate a song and, like, you know what I mean?
Right.
That's what I
Just
think-
like Johnny Cash.
No doubt.
with
Making
The
a
Hurt,
cover, but making it your own, that's where it's at.
For sure.
Anybody could cover it like they played it. Like, I could imitate a Picasso painting, but I couldn't come up with the original. You know what I'm saying?
You know Aretha Franklin's Respect?
Yeah.
That was originally a Otis Redding song.
Oh, no way.
And then she added the R-E-S-P-C-T.
Yeah, that's
and
it.
Suck it to me, suck it to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
She
love
added that to it.
That's beautiful.
Right, but it's like she made it her own.
Exactly.
And,
Sublime is known for that shit, too, bro.
then she became the first woman to be inducted into the Rock and Roll
Was she?
Hall of Fame.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
1987.
I was born in 86, you know?
I was born in 87.
Oh, so yeah, where are you? Yeah. Yeah, like friggin' I didn't know, like when I first got into Sublime, I thought all their songs were originals, but a lot of them are covers,
Yeah.
you know, and they kind of just made them their own, though, you know. They kind of had their like little distinct sound and kind of made it their own, you know. That's where it's at, you know.
Yeah, that's Brad Knoll was the boss DJ.
For sure.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Because he would like sample songs and then, put some together and then make
Did
his
they
own
ever
stuff out
perform
of it.
with the DJ on stage though? Yeah, right.
I don't know.
I think they may have, because there's
Maybe.
that one song where they have
They were
like,
pretty raw.
there was that one song. It's like where they're like freestyling and they have like a couple dudes rapping on the track with him. I forgot what it's called. And I thought that the DJ like dropped a little freestyle or something. I know the bass player Eric does like a verse.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about or no?
No, I don't know. And I usually know everything
Wow,
about
I
Sublime.
believe it's on like Robin the Hood.
I love that album. dude.
Yeah, yeah.
That
There's a lot of
album's so
4-track
good.
shit on there, right? Like
Yeah,
was
he
using-
made that whole thing in a crack house with a 4-track.
You know what's bad funny? Like
That
when
whole
I-
album.
when I was a kid, when he was like living in a tweaker pad, I always would think he was saying like a nicer pad, but he was talking
Right,
about a
right.
fucking tweaker pad.
Yeah.
Okay, now I get it.
Crack house.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Spent some time in a few of them in my day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a shame. He was so good. I met his son, and his son's Jacob Knoll.
Yeah, yeah.
His range is ridiculous. I think he has like Brad's voice, but he has like almost more control over
Like a
it.
refined version.
Right, to where like Brad was just like pure emotion.
Brad reminds me of fucking what's her name? Janis Joplin, dude.
Okay, yeah.
The way that she has like that like rasp and grit to her
Yeah,
vocals.
yeah.
You know? Like
Brad
even-
had that soul, man.
for sure, for
Just
sure.
like you hear his voice, it just hits you.
No doubt. I believe it. I agree with it. 100%.
And then a bunch of white boy reggae bands ruined his legacy.
I could agree with that on you. Yeah, there's not many I'm into.
They just beat it to death.
I've got the love for the rhythm and the grooves, despite that I'm not from the islands. I'm the peerless white. Put the reggae grooves together with the words that I write.
Yeah. But that's why there's always like I try to stick with the originators, Like I don't listen to stoner metal, I just listen to Black Sabbath.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I'm like kind of a purist in that sense. Like even with like tattoo designs, like why copy off of somebody that is copying off of somebody? Why don't you go to their original influence? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
but everything's a copy of something, everything's influenced by something.
yeah, I mean like Picasso is like my favorite painter, and like he's like good artists steal, great artists steal from everybody.
Right.
But you got to make it your own, like you said. Like, you know what I mean? Like we were saying, like you just got to take a little bit, but you got to kind of put your own spin on it. Because this is like our filter. You know what I mean? You run it through your filter, and now it makes it original,
Right.
That's no doubt. I just recently was like really into watching the fucking Jim Greco part to the Death Wish video. He skates to Dead Skin Mask by Slayer. Have you ever seen it?
No, I have not.
Oh, you got to watch it, bro.
That sounds sick, though.
It is insane. I like Slayer a lot, man.
Love Slayer.
You just recently I was listening because that's another one, 1986, bro. Yo, Rick Rubin, by the way,
Fire.
pretty much produced every album I like.
Yeah.
I can't even believe it. Like I was like looking into it, and I'm like, this dude friggin' produced Adele.
Right, and he doesn't even play instruments.
You know what he gets paid for? His taste.
Yeah.
That is the illest. He's the illest.
That's a really
of all
good job.
time.
Yeah.
I always wonder, when you listen to Beastie Boys, like in the one track, he's like, our manager is crazy. He always smokes dust. Who's he talking about?
Right. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
wonder. Because, my man's doing his thing, you know what I mean? But Rick, I love seeing him in the videos. He looks so badass. Like when he has the long hair and the beard, like in the 80s.
Right.
He looks like he could be in Slayer pretty much.
Sure. Yeah.
He still got the long hair and the beard, though, actually. What am I talking about?
He's a musical guru.
Yeah, he's probably
really
one of
is.
my biggest influences, dude. A couple things that I watch of him influenced my life. Like, I feel like people have caught on now that he is the dude. You know what I mean? But some of the things he said about writing music is like really cool. Like he was saying, like, when you write a song, pretend like you're writing it for someone else. That helps me when I get stuck in my little zone when I'm
Right.
because I could, you know what I mean? Like, I get bored if I'm just writing it for me. But he's like, he made one comment. He's like, try to make like a song like you're writing it for God. That's heavy, bro. Like, that's
Yeah.
You want to make it perfect. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or write it for fucking Taylor Swift, bro. Like whatever. You know what I mean? Like whatever your bag is. You know what I mean?
Yeah. His strengths are thinking outside the box.
No, you know what he said? He gets paid for, dog? Letting you be yourself.
Yeah.
Because what is the most valuable thing? Authenticity, yo. Like I really believe that. And like if you can be yourself, there's only one you, bro. You know what I mean? Nobody else could do AJ like you can. You know what I mean? You're doing a world of disservice if you are impersonating someone else.
Sure.
know?
Before Mac Miller passed away,
He was
with Rick Rubin.
Mhm.
That session, he just starts playing the piano, and it's like, oh man, because Rick was trying to help him,
Yeah. He has the experience, man. He's been there and done that and lived to tell the tale, and he has probably helped so many musicians be themselves. And that's like where the value is, bro. I feel like authenticity, vulnerability, man.
Yeah.
If you could package himself. Kurt, man, he was vulnerable, bro. His voice was, at least.
Yeah.
He showed vulnerability in his voice. And I mean, if you can do that, you're on your way, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yo, you ever listen to David Allan Coe?
No.
Oh, dog. There's a song called The Ride, right? It's a song where like he sees the ghost of Hank Williams
Okay.
on the side of the road and picks him up. And Hank tells him a story about what you have to accomplish to be a successful musician. And the chorus is like, Mister, can you make folks cry when you play and sing? If you could play the guitar and make somebody cry,
That's worth something.
you're doing your thing. And he's like,
Yeah.
have you paid your dues? Can you moan the blues? Can you bend them guitar strings? Boy, can you make folks feel what you feel inside, bro?
Yeah. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, but you got to look inward first, right?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You got to know
yeah.
what you feel inside. I think like some of the first music I ever made, Confusion maybe was like a message I was giving because I didn't really look inward yet. But like as you get older and you get to know yourself, now you got something you could share, you know?
Yeah. I feel like some artists still like go down this like preachy kind of avenue, And I just don't think that's the point. I think it's more about relating. Right?
Of course, yeah.
Like that's how you get somebody to cry, because they can relate to what they know what you're talking about.
The feelings,
yeah,
really,
right.
You know what I mean? Like it's like the same thing when in the in the rooms and stuff. Like people are like, oh, don't compare, relate to the feeling. You know,
right.
Because we've all had the feelings of pain and love and hurt and heartbreak, and maybe it came to you in a different way, but that doesn't matter. You know what I mean, it's more about the feelings. You know?
That's why I was so obsessed with Tupac, because like I didn't come from where he came from, but I related to all the same feelings.
He's a poet and an artist, and he could portray those feelings.
Right. He was telling me about my life, you know, even though I come from somewhere completely different.
Yeah.
But the emotions, the feelings, they were all there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, another person that I think really is somebody that I think about a lot lately is DMX, man.
Oh God, yeah.
Dude, DMX was a powerful man, and like he had a really strong relationship with God.
Sure.
But he seemed like he was a crazy, ruthless street dude. But we all have that like duality in us. You know what I mean? Like where we can, the brightest stars cast the darkest shadows. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, yo, bitch.
Yeah. DMX was in the rehab facility that I was in.
Really?
Dude, I got to share this story because it's like people need to hear this shit. So like he came in late at night.
Wait, you were there?
No.
Oh, okay.
This is told to me from my homie.
All right.
Well, I'll leave unnamed at the moment that works there, but he's a great dude.
We'll leave him anonymous.
Yeah, my man, yeah, right. And my buddy, so he goes, yo, Carmelo, man, because they used to do karaoke. And I did Snoop Dogg, Gin and Juice, bro. I murdered that shit, bro.
Yeah, that's fire.
Right? So
much.
So this kid comes in and he's doing karaoke, doing Rough Riders Anthem. DMX walks in.
Holy shit.
They said X sat down, came in with the last verse.
Wow.
Fucking with the dog,
yeah.
fucking with the God. Like, that's the heaviest line of all time.
Yeah,
in my opinion. You know, when I was 12 years old, the first concert that I ever went to was the Bling Bling Tour, 1999. Cash Money and Rough Riders, bro. And I'm telling you that was the fucking life-changing, bro.
That's an incredible show to go to.
Dude, DMX was 3.5 hours late. Yo, and then all of a sudden, a big cloud of smoke comes, like everybody lights up, and you hear a fucking dog growling in the crowd. And all of a sudden, a cage emerges from the center of the audience, and then DMX just goes on and takes you through every emotion.
Right.
Owns the crowd.
He really filled that void that Pac left. You know what I mean?
No doubt. Yeah. He's the real deal, bro.
I'm just not impressed, man. Real talk. I'm just not impressed.
So who impresses DMX right now? Anybody?
Me.
Okay.
I watched this like one documentary about X, and he's talking about being homeless on the streets, like being addicted to drugs.
Yeah.
And he was like robbing people, and he was like, he got a dog, and he's like, you get a dog, you got to feed a dog.
No doubt. This is for my dog.
Hey, yo, bitch.
Yo, I heard a friggin' so like when I heard this really ill story like on something I was watching or somebody showed me. It was like they said X was living in the hood like on somebody's couch, and he would go out in the corner and like hang out with the dudes on the block, and he was rapping, and they said like he's mid-verse, and as he's like, yo, my dog, they said the dog, Boomer, the one that died, he had like tattooed on his back, started growling. And he's like, yo, chill, Boomer, I got this. You know what I mean? Like, the dog was like in unison with his bars, bro.
Right.
Like, come on, man. X was one with the dog, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. One of his greatest rants is about Drake.
I never heard it.
On the Breakfast Club.
What about Drake? You like Drake?
No.
My man. He didn't even say a little bit. He didn't even say halfway.
That's my guy right there.
No.
That's why X is necessary in the game right there.
Now, why don't you like Drake?
I don't like anything about Drake.
My,
I don't like his voice. I don't like what he talks about. I don't.
see, I be trying to tell these face.
I don't like the way he walks. Like nothing. I don't like his haircut. I might just let me shut up. I'll just stop right there.
Oh,
What,
man.
hating on him?
Yeah. This is like when Drake first came out.
I wasn't a fan. I mean, but he, he won me over. I'll say.
I was a fan from day
Were you?
one.
Okay,
I
yeah.
loved Drake. As soon as
yeah.
he came out in like 2009, I got a hold of his first mixtape, Room for Improvement.
Okay.
And I just fell in love with it. And then comeback season and
Yeah, I guess like I kind of like being from New York, I kind of took that like view that they kind of had on him at first.
oh
but
yeah,
he won me over, bro.
40 got a house by a lake. I ain't know he had a lake. She complaining that I'm late. I ain't know it was a date.
It's not that verse, but it's a verse where he's just like dropping like everything is like abbreviations, and it's great. I don't know. Does he write?
Yeah.
Does he write his own shit? I heard he gets
does.
ghostwriters.
So that was a big thing that came out. Meek Mill.
Why are you doing bunny hops, Meek? Because you got your ass beat in tennis. You got your ass beat. Keep going. Count out loud.
That's the wrong time, nigga.
Count out loud.
30.
Huh?
4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40, 41, 42.
Keep going. Keep going.
7, 8, 9, 1, 2.
Keep going. Keep going. Don't cheat on your bunny hops. They suck. Your bunny hops suck.
Expose him. So DJ Drama was doing some stuff with Quentin Miller, who was the ghostwriter. And so DJ Drama had beef with Drake because Drake was smashing his girl and was dropping lines about it. So
don't kiss and tell.
One way either way it happened to where he had these reference tracks from Drake's If You're Reading This, It's Too Late, and at the time like that just came out and it was just like blowing up, you know. And then these reference tracks come out of the songs, but with somebody else on them, and it's Quentin Miller doing Drake stuff, and that fucking blew up. And then that's when.
But was that true?
Yeah, it was true.
So what, he was writing verses for Drake?
Right.
But I mean,
but
Drake,
he wasn't. It's like
it's
a collaboration. You know what I mean?
I mean, Elvis didn't write his shit. We already hit that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
No,
like,
but Drake's nice with his pen.
I believe it. I believe it.
Nobody writes what Drake
writes. He changed the game. He really did. He changed the game. I got to give it to him. I believe though, like when it comes to like street level, like hardcore hip hop, 50 Cent murdered the game.
50 might be my favorite.
He murdered the game,
I think
bro. Nobody had a career after 50, bro. Like he pretty much bitched out everybody, bro.
Right. Yeah.
You know, you could like look into things, say whatever you want to say, like, but 50 Cent, my man, came through and really, like, I think it's called Guess Who's Back was like the mixtape.
Yeah. Well, no, that was his. Oh yeah, that was that mixtape.
That mixtape was fire, yo. Like, and yeah, but you know
the Holy Quran.
Yeah, Ghetto Quran.
Quran.
Yeah, I grew up on like the Locks, Styles P, all that shit.
Right.
But like, I remember in like 2004 was when I graduated high school. Like, it was like Street Wars time. That's when everybody was beefing with each other, and it brought out good in some artists, but it brought out garbage in some. You know what I mean? Like, I remember like Takeover and Ether and all that shit. Like, you cannot say any. Those are great tracks, like amazing songs, amazing production, all that. I like think that the Takeover beat is one of my favorite beats of all time. Like sampling fucking The Doors and David Bowie and shit, like on a rap diss track. Come on, man.
Yeah.
You know, but then 5 to 1 is such a hard beat to begin with. And then, but then there was, I'm not going to say no names because I don't want to diss nobody because I respect all the artists that were involved. But like, there's a couple tracks where people were just like, your mom better not walk to the store or they're going to get, it's not even music anymore.
Yeah, it got cringy.
Yeah, it's like, come on, man. Like, this is music. This is my music that I listen to. I'm like, this is like literally a dude just talking over a beat about he's going to kill somebody's mom. Like, so like I went backwards, and that's when I kind of got re-inspired to like check out Bob Marley, Jimi Hendrix, Bob Dylan, the Beatles, fucking everything, Lynyrd Skynyrd, whatever, like shit that came before me, and now all that shit is a big influence in going forward, you know what I mean? But now I'll be honest, man, it's like hard to say, but like I really do not have a great knowledge of today's hip hop, man. I'm like,
I'm pretty tapped into it.
That's what's up. I mean, you could pick up where I leave off there because like I know everything like pre 2004, like I was in it, but now like I don't even know what the hell I listen to anymore. I'm like stuck in like the past, I believe.
Yeah, I mean, it got hip hop got real, like so. I feel like in like
you mean
the
like
90s,
actually being able to show other emotions besides anger?
No, I mean like actually killing people.
Oh, no doubt.
Yeah, like King Von.
Yeah,
like he's got 7 bodies. He's like rap's first serial killer.
He's dead though, ain't he?
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
He
Like
died.
you live by the gun, die by the gun.
Right. But like in the 90s, you could get away with just acting like you were that guy. You know what I mean?
It's hip hop is hip hop, bro. Like I don't think it's hip hop's about murdering people.
No, but that's what it
became.
But it became that.
Yeah, but unfortunately, because there used to be a competitive edge to hip hop where like you were allowed to, and then you would like, it's like kind of like back in the day, like I got in fist fights with some of my best friends, bro.
Sure.
And you know what happened afterwards? I hugged them up.
Right.
I had more respect for them afterwards, bro.
Sure.
Because they fought back. You know what I mean? Or whatever. Like whatever. And we're still homies till this day. You shoot somebody, that's it, bro. It's over. You know what I mean? Everybody knows that old adage. You know what I mean?
Hip hop's always been a reflection of what's going on
in the world,
in their community.
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah,
mean?
No doubt.
Like, and the violence has gotten out of control, and it's become, it's sad because now it's like, if the more real you are, the more popular you're gonna be, right? So you have these folks out here thinking, if I catch some bodies, if I kill some people, I could be real. You know what I mean?
Yo, but to be honest, man, people that I know are murderers, they don't talk about it, bro.
Right.
I think that there's much.
But
to be
now
said
there's a
about that.
business for it. You know what I
you're
mean?
gonna incriminate yourself, homies.
Right. It's called self-snitching.
Yeah, you ratting on yourselves, dog.
Yeah, it happens all the time. Look at Young Thug.
Yeah,
They're
that's what I mean.
they're in court right now, and they just got approved to bring some of his lyrics in, because he's like specifically talking about crimes that he did.
That's what I mean. Like, I'm not on that wave because I feel like the smartest man in the room is the quietest man in the room, right? But let's say you're not the smartest man in the room. Let everybody talk.
Sure.
Now you are the smartest man in the room because you know what the fuck everybody's about. You know what I mean?
Right.
If you're just out there like talking about your bodies, bro, you're gonna go to prison, bro.
Right.
You know, if you really caught him.
Or become a body.
Yeah, it's easy.
That's what happened to Vaughn.
It's easy to get fucking someone to pull that trigger, dog. You know, like, let's bring back shooting the fair one, you know?
Yeah, it really
Let
does.
these rappers box each other. I wouldn't mind seeing that.
Yeah. Well, how Vaughn died, he went to go fight Quando Rondo, and as soon as he got out of his van, he started. King Von was like with I don't know, like 20 people, and he walks over to Quando Rondo, didn't even know who it was, and just starts getting punched. And then Quando Rondo's homie, Lil Tim, fucking, popped out and fucking took care of that.
And that was it?
Yeah, then you could see the footage where King Von's homies are like taking his chains off and shit, like his dead body's there, and they're like, oh, well, it's sad, man.
Oof.
It's sad.
Yeah, that's heavy, you know? Loyalty is a hard thing to find nowadays, you know what I mean?
Right. But King Von was just out of control. He was like...
He was nice. I heard some of his shit. I had a homie...
Crazy story? Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, my one friend from back in the day showed me a couple of his tracks.
I love all this shit. See, that's the thing, man. He was a really good writer. Like, I feel like he could have got by on his pen game, you know?
That's what I mean, man. Like, it's sad when somebody's super talented and then it gets crossed up with the misconception that you got to be a killer to be a rapper, bro. You know what I mean? Like,
and that's what it is. That's what it's come to now. Like, if you're
I
not killing
believe-
people, nobody gives a shit.
I believe, like, you got to be a man, and a man
Sure.
is going to defend himself, and a man is going to, like, kill for his family or the people that he loves. That's what makes you an outlaw, like a real one. But, you don't have to be out there murdering people, bro. I don't know. Like,
Right, yeah.
I guess
But-
if it's necessary, you know what I mean?
Well, where you come from, that's how you handle problems, right? That's
No
like,
doubt.
you're always a product of your environment, and that's how you handle an argument. And
I guess people's egos, they can't handle catching an ass whooping,
right, yeah, no,
It's a lesson to be learned in that,
yeah. Sometimes an ass beating is good,
Yeah.
yeah.
I got bitch slapped by a girl when I was in middle school.
I did too.
Dude, I'll never forget that shit. And it let me learn the lesson to not kiss and tell, man. I had this cute little girlfriend, man, and I remember I was so young, bro, and I like made out with her and I like 2 hours, like, cause that's like, we didn't even know what the fuck we were doing.
Right.
And I told one friend, bro, and he told like 2 people, that they told the whole friggin' school. And she came through and caught me with the first one. I dipped a couple, but nowadays, bro, it always pays out to my benefit. I don't talk about shit, bro. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because girls respect that. You know what
Sure.
I mean? Like, and they'll open up to you if you let them.
Yeah.
If they think you're a little big mouth trying to tell everybody about the piece you got, you ain't gonna get no more.
Right.
My
It's
dad
important to
taught me that.
be a trustworthy person. That's definitely worth something. When I got slapped, it was
Oh,
for
you did too?
Yeah. But it was for none of those reasons.
Okay.
It was at the time I was really obsessed with Coolio.
Yeah, Gangsta's Paradise.
Yeah.
Great album,
So
yeah. Great song, yeah.
I had my friend's sister. She braided my hair like all
Oh,
crazy
that El
like
Coolio
that.
braids, yeah.
And then
I had the box braids back in the day.
This girl Kim, she just saw me and just slapped me across the face.
Why?
Because she didn't like the hair.
That's a little heavy. I mean, I made her feel some strong type of way. Maybe she had some like.
I just remember she was looking at me, just slapped me.
Damn.
What the fuck? She's
That's
like, your
crazy.
hair looks stupid.
Well,
You
damn.
just smacked me about
Maybe
it.
she liked it, bro. I think she had a crush on you.
Maybe. A weird way of letting me know.
You know who I did the box braids for? Crisscross. Do you remember
I
Crisscross?
loved Crisscross,
Dog,
man.
my parents were so embarrassed.
The school bus song.
Dog, I went to the mall with my clothes on backwards, bro.
So did I, dude.
Really?
Yeah, I have my
gotta
shit
give you on
backwards. dude.
My dad was so embarrassed, but you know what the funny thing was? Trying to pee in a urinal with your pants on backwards.
Oh yeah, it's impossible.
Yeah.
Dude, when I was in kindergarten,
Yeah.
I took a shit in a urinal because it was my first time I ever
That's
saw
outlaw
one.
shit.
Yeah.
That's rebel stuff.
I remembered I was just like, oh, okay, I guess you fucking shit there. And I remember all
Sick.
the older kids were like coming in and laughing. They're like,
Cheering
oh
you
my
on.
God, dude.
Yeah.
You just shit in a
Oh,
urinal.
fuck.
Yeah, the first time I saw one, I didn't
That's
understand
hilarious.
that concept.
Fuck.
Yeah, I was young.
That's really funny.
But yeah, I'll never forget that. shit in a
Crisscross was
urinal.
like one of my first musicians I really looked up to because they were kids.
Yeah, they were our age.
You can relate. You know
They
what
were
I mean?
cool.
I saw Jump or whatever on.
Wiggity, what?
Yeah, you know what I saw that on? In Living Color, bro.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
performed on In Living Color when I was a little kid, and I remember being like awestruck. It's amazing I remember this shit. You know, like, but after that, you know what was the first album I bought myself?
What was it?
Offspring Smash.
Amazing. I saw Offspring at the Stone Pony Summer Stage.
Yeah.
It was the 20-year anniversary of that album, and they played it start to finish.
Amazing, dude. I
It
had the
was so
T-shirt.
good.
I remember it was like an adult large. The shit was like down to my knees, bro,
Yeah.
with the like little orange skeleton on it. You know what I'm
Yeah,
talking
yeah,
about?
yeah.
Yeah, I used to jam out to like Gotta
And
Get
Dexter
Away.
had
and shit.
braids.
Yeah, he used to have the
Yeah,
ill
yeah.
braids too. I had cornrows back in the day too, man. Like, you know.
Do
I
you
like
listen
that.
to AFI?
Fuck yeah.
Do you know The Art of Drowning?
Yeah, fuck yeah. That's like one of their first albums, right?
No,
the second one maybe.
No, I think it's like their fourth, but it's like their last really good like.
The one I think
Punk
I liked the
album.
most was Sing the Sorrow.
Yeah, so that was after The Art of Drowning.
Okay, yeah, it was Art of Drowning
Yeah.
and Sing the Sorrow. That's why I thought
Sing
it
the
was like one of
Sorrow was actually like their last like kind of punk.
Sing the Sorrow
album.
was ill, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
There was that one song, I think it's called Death of Seasons.
yeah.
When
yeah.
it's like boom, boom, it drops
Yeah.
like a fucking that's another influence on me. Like that one part of that song was like, dude, that shit goes well with rock music, bro. Throwing a little heavy fucking four to the floor bass drum in there.
Right,
You know what I
right.
mean?
The Art of Drowning, I feel like is
It's more fast.
it's
punk
my
rock
favorite album.
Kind of like
just like how the hi-hat cymbals sound and just like the songs, they all go together.
when I was a kid, a friend burned me Art of Drowning, Sing the Sorrow. I remember like when I was in my like maybe junior year in high school, like Sing the Sorrow came out though, and all the cool kids were wearing Sing the Sorrow shirts.
Right.
Like 4 dudes.
I saw AFI when they came out with Art of Drowning. I forget where, somewhere around here, and Davey Havoc came out, and it was so cool. He was like dressed all in fishnet, and he took the
I
mic
fuck with
cord
that.
and he like wrapped it
I fuck
around,
with
and
that
he
heavy.
started like hanging himself.
doubt.
Then the show started. It was like, oh my god,
Sick.
what is this?
I love it.
But what I want to say about Art of Drowning, I just love sonically that album is amazing. But the reason why the backup vocals sound so good because Dexter Holland is doing the backup vocals with him on that album.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
No way. Yo, to me, you know, like, tell me if you disagree with this, but like, I almost feel like there was like a market for bands that sounded like Nirvana. And when I listen to Smash, though, there's a lot of influence on. Sounds like a little bit like Nevermind to me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like it's almost like
And
their version of it.
Suicidal Tendencies.
Suicidal Tendencies is ill as fuck,
But
dog.
they were, they didn't like that they took their style, like the
Great riff.
Yeah, they grabbed that from Suicidal
Really?
Tendencies. That whole style, that was like Suicidal Tendencies
Wow.
do that.
I
They weren't stoked on that. They weren't.
I still love the video for fucking what is that song? Institutionalized. Or whatever.
Yeah.
That's like the jam,
Yeah.
bro. Like how it just
I'm
gets
not
faster
crazy.
and faster.
Yeah, it's so good.
Not many people do shit like that. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
the song is building in speed. It pretty much
All
changes.
I wanted was a Coke. She wouldn't give it to me.
A Pepsi, brother.
A Pepsi. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a great one. I
Yeah.
love that shit. That was it, I think, in the Tony Hawk Pro Skater or something. No, it was in Guitar Hero.
Was it?
Yeah, dog.
Oh, so I never played Guitar Hero.
Because you're a real Guitar Hero,
Right,
dog.
Yeah.
I can play some power chords and
I don't
shit.
play
I'm more of a
games.
drummer, dog. I'm more of a drummer, you know what I mean? Yeah, but yo, the drums on Rock Band were hard.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, like I tried to do that shit. I never got into it either because I could really play the drums, but it was like a little bit like different. Like it wasn't like every note. Like it was. I guess it mattered on what level you played it on or something. I don't know. I'm not really a video game guy, to be honest.
Yeah,
with you.
yeah, me neither.
It's like that's probably not too popular opinion nowadays because I feel like everybody fucking loves video games. But like I can't do it. I'd rather like skate.
There's a whole industry behind it.
I'd rather go outside and skateboard. You know what I'm saying?
If you would have told me you become a millionaire a few times over just for playing video games, I would.
Yeah, my kids. I used to make fun of it. I was like, yo, people watch people play video games on YouTube, and like my kids do it.
Right. When we were younger, the only perspective on it is that it was a waste of time.
Or kids my friends that were lazy, they just like wanted to play
Right,
video games.
right.
I'd rather they'd be playing like Tony Hawk Pro Skater, great game, but I'm like 15 minutes of that, and then I'm like, let's go actually skate.
Right,
You know what I
right.
mean? Like I'd rather do that, you know.
Yeah.
Another band that was like burned for me because I have my homie EJ back in the day in high school with me was a kid that was like more rock and roll kind of guy. I moved to New Jersey from New York, so I came
Brooklyn, right?
Yeah, I'm originally from Brooklyn, New York.
Where Brooklyn at?
I lived in Florida for a few years. I lived in Staten Island, but I came to Jersey like with that New York mentality.
Right.
And he burned me the System of a Down CDs too, bro. And I still think System of a Down is like one of the wildest
They're
bands, bro.
incredible.
Love them, dude.
Dude.
And he gave me
Oh, they're
Toxicity,
so good.
and then
Yeah.
I think it was the first time it was called like System of a Down, right?
Yeah.
Those two albums. The one song was like
They go so hard.
Prison
man.
song, bro.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They go so
That shit is so
hard,
heavy.
man.
He's like, they're trying to build a prison.
Yeah.
I love that shit,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
I played it for my kids. My kids are 9 and 10 now. Dude, they're gonna. I wonder what they're gonna be into when they get older because they listen to the music I create and they love like System of a Down. My son's favorite song is Supercharger Heaven, White Zombie. I don't know if you ever heard that song.
No.
Oh, dude, you got to get into it. It's like
It's
such
fire?
a driving, crazy. It's like Devil Man. You never heard that shit?
No.
Oh man, it's such a great song. That's one of my favorites. That's another album that was like a big influence on me. Is Astro Creep 2000, the White Zombie album, is a great album. You ever get into White Zombie or not really?
No, I never got into them too much. There's like a few songs.
The way that you're like a fucking performer, like I respect White Zombie because they said that those motherfuckers performed their asses off every night and anywhere they would let them play, whether it was CBGBs, whenever they were just performing, and they became a great live band. That's the way you become a great live band is by performing, dog.
Yeah,
You know
it
what I
is.
mean?
It is.
You can't fake that
So
shit.
I found out with my band, because we used to do that, we would just to have something on a schedule, we book shows when we first started and there would be nobody there, but we would still play like
you gotta
it was
play,
a
you
packed
play in a
place.
packed house. Yep.
But I learned that you could burn a band out like that. You know what I mean?
believe it, yeah.
Like it's better to like really strategize which shows you're gonna
can't
play
go and like blow your load on like a nobody show, really,
and
you know what I mean?
continuously do that.
Yeah, 'cause
you know
you're
what I
gonna
mean?
blow out. You're gonna burn out. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right.
In a sense,
It's like you could really burn out doing that.
yeah, it's got to be kind of like a little bit strategic, you know. But like, yeah, I think, but by performing, you do get better though, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, like when I was like ever playing in a band, like we always wanted to at least practice a couple days a week because like, you know, that's when you get your chops like up.
I want to practice every day. I know, like
Yeah, just live together with the band. That's like
When
the
I-
ideal, you know.
when I started Modern History, we would practice on Tuesdays, and I'd be like, all right, well, what am I supposed to do for the rest of the week, guys? I just want to do it every day. You know?
yeah, you're full time.
Yeah,
no
yeah,
part
it's like,
time,
dude,
half stepping.
This is all I want to do, man.
You know, half stepping.
Yeah. When I do something, I go fully
Same,
in.
same dog. You know, like whatever I get interested in, I want to find the fucking essence of it. You know
Right,
what I mean?
right.
Yeah.
You know what my first album was ever?
That you bought yourself?
No, I stole it from my brother.
Ha, even better.
Yeah,
all right.
yeah. But it was mine.
Do you have an older
You know what I
brother?
mean? He passed away.
Oh,
But
my
yeah,
condolences,
his
brother.
name is Big Mike. He
R.I.P.
was
Big Mike, dog.
huge. He was like 6'4". He had the same size shoe as Shaq.
Like a
And-
23 Triple E or something.
Yeah, yeah.
I
and
remember that as a kid.
I had a black cat named Corners, and Corners would always sleep in his shoes.
That's unbelievable.
He was just like a big, huge guy.
My condolences, man.
I stole his album. I also stole weed from him when I was in 5th grade, and I was selling it to all the older kids.
I stole from my dad. Actually, yeah, no doubt.
But yeah, Doggy Style, Snoop Dogg. That was my first
dude,
album.
My cousin burned that on cassette tape for me, bro. And I remember that album is amazing too. Like the skits on it, like just everything. Yo, I could till this day rap word for word almost every song on that album, bro.
What's the band the Three Little Piggy song? Do you know?
Yeah. Insane Clown Posse.
No. I feel like it was something green.
I mean, I'm thinking about the fucking boys and girls. It's nighty night time. Happy J the Clown got a nurse.
Oh, yeah,
that's
no.
ICP.
Right,
They had that
right.
on the radio in Florida. I feel like. What are you referring to? Is it a rap group?
No, it's a rock group, but they do the I'll show it to you later.
All right.
I had a cassette with that on it when I was younger. I thought it was the coolest song.
There was a compilation when I was a kid, the X Games compilation, the first one, and it had Deftones on it, Korn. Yeah, it had like Sepultura. Have you ever listened to them?
No, I haven't.
Oh, they're like some Brazilian metal band, bro. Like then it has like fucking tribal drums and shit. The name of the song's like Rahat Matata or some shit. That song was crazy when I was a kid, but it had Korn Blind on it. That, and I told you the Beavis and Butthead Experience was another like compilation that, you know what's crazy? So when I was a kid, right, there was a dude, this janitor, his name was Eric, bro. And he used to rock Biohazard and Pantera shirts like every day. And I was like, you know, getting into that shit because I was like watching MTV. Right. And I would like, I remember I moved to Florida from Brooklyn. So I was wearing like a Brooklyn Dodgers jersey, and Biohazard is from Brooklyn, you know? So he's like, what are you, from Brooklyn, man? And I'm like, yes. I became friends with the janitor, right? So then I became student of the month. And then instead of eating lunch with the principal, I opted to eat lunch with the janitor. They're like, you can eat lunch with the principal. I'm like, can I eat lunch with Eric the janitor? And he thought it was cool. Yo, I wish I knew where that dude was today, because thank you, Eric, because you fucking showed me what was good, bro.
Dude, full circle, Offspring's guitar player Noodles?
Yeah.
He was the janitor at their high school.
See that shit?
Yeah.
Yo, Kurt was a janitor too.
Right, yeah.
For a short period of time, I've heard. You know, but like, this dude burned me. He goes, yo, would your mom allow you to have like a parental advisory fucking... I'm like, yeah, dude. I'm like, dude, when I go to stores, I used to look for the parental advisory sticker. I would like buy.
That's how you know it's good.
Yeah, like, you know, it's keeping it real, like dropping some real shit.
If it doesn't have it, it's like no.
I remember like it was like I think it was called like Liquid Swords or some shit. Like one of the Wu-Tang albums had like the biggest one.
Yeah,
like a
yeah.
sticker. It was like the whole fucking album.
Right.
You know, gotta bring that shit back.
So
Purple
my
Tape.
mom hated Doggy Style. She
Oh, yeah.
hated that album, and
Yeah,
she
yeah.
always would like take it away, and I'd get it back.
You know what's even more explicit than Doggy Style? I remember going to the mall with my cousin, bro, and we were in the Woodbridge Mall, and we bought fucking Onyx back the fuck up.
Oh man,
Bro,
Onyx.
his mom is like, my Aunt Conchetta, what's up, Aunt Conchetta? She's like, you know, normal, you know, so like we were in the car, and she's like, oh, let me see what you guys bought. Move back, motherfucker, because Onyx is here. I was like, hit the button real quick, you know what I mean? Yeah, but that was like so ill. I was like, man, my cousin Nikki's the funniest kid, bro.
My mom, every Friday when she would get paid, she would bring me to the Wiz, which was like a CD store.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
The Wiz. Nobody beats the Wiz.
Yeah, nobody beats the Wiz, though.
And
yeah.
I would get a cassette single every Friday.
What was your first cassette single you remember buying?
It might have been the Coolio one.
Gangsta's Paradise?
Yeah.
I could tell
and
you.
I got a Too Short one too.
My first ever, I believe, that I bought myself, I was in Florida. It was 95 South, Come On Ride the Train or some shit, right? Because that was like a cool song back then. But also Cypress Hill and Saint in the Membrane.
Yeah,
Yo, I fuck with Cypress Hill heavy. I don't know.
So much,
That's
man.
one of my favorites too, yo. Like, Be Real kept it so fucking ill. Like,
so they said Be Real. They almost kicked him out of the group because like his rap voice just didn't
I love
sound
his
good.
voice, dog.
No, that was before he started doing that voice.
Oh, what did he sound like before?
He would just like spit normal or whatever, and it was just
Nah.
like they weren't feeling it, and then he started doing
Dude.
that voice.
Yo,
And
yo.
yeah, his voice is sick. dude.
I'm just getting the chills thinking about on like, you know, the song I Want to Get High. He's
Yeah.
like, well, it's the funkalistic. He sounds like he is so stoned, bro.
Yeah,
like when
yeah.
he did that shit, bro. And then he's like, here's a hoe and another hoe. Merry Christmas. That's one of my favorite lines of all time, bro. I've been dropping that shit for years, yo.
Yeah, man.
Be Real.
That's the thing with
the dude.
Yeah. I feel like you were talking about it the other day, wearing the shirt, the Legalize It shirt.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's wild seeing everything becoming legal, because I really feel like the pendulum is swinging too hard the other way, you know?
I don't know, man. I don't know what the motives are. I mean, I feel like, I guess everybody got to know what they are, what's for them. You know what I mean? Like for me, like I would have told you when I was a kid that I would never stop smoking pot, but like I have now because I abused it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like anything is good in moderation, bro.
I just feel like the dangers of it, nobody talks about it, because like there's a whole religion around it where like weed's harmless, it's non-addictive, it cures everything, and like that's not true. It causes psychosis, it causes bipolar symptoms,
Even schizophrenia, dude. I know people that became schizophrenic.
Right, but the singer of
Induced
my
from
band,
weed.
yeah,
one of my good friends, my baby mama's cousin, had a schizophrenic bout and hasn't came out of it, bro. And it was just because of like taking some gravity bong hits. You know what I mean?
Right.
Starts hearing
Yeah,
voices.
I legitimately lost my mind, like for years.
Word. Yeah. Like I really don't function too well, but I'm really stoned. You know?
See, I thought I did, but I
do
didn't.
in certain sense. Like I would smoke at night, for sure. But that's just what I'm saying. I'm an extremist, so like that didn't last that long, bro. Like I smoke as soon as I wake up, and then I'm useless all day. Like I would just be like fucking funkalistic myself.
Yeah. I just sit down and watch YouTube.
Yeah, like if that, like you know what I mean, like But for me, like there is benefits to it for some people.
Oh, a bunch of like people with seizures. You know, the Rick Simpson oil is like. There's a lot of benefits, but it also kills people by way of CHS.
Is that like when you get like poison from the weed type of shit? You ever hear of that?
Like it causes something where they puke uncontrollably.
Yeah, I had a friend that had my homie Graham, bro. Yeah, like he was telling me that like he actually had that, and you know he works in the industry of recovery now. Like he doesn't do drugs anymore, but that happened to him. I never even heard of it. You know?
Yeah,
dude, I used to get poison from grabs, bro. I swear to God, I would turn like yellow, and everybody be like, "Damn, bro!" Like you know what I mean? I would puke, and then I feel a little better. I'd puke up like brown stuff. Like I don't even know.
The people who suffer from that, they'll puke like violently out of control, and the only thing that makes them feel better is like a really hot shower, like 109 degrees.
That's what he was telling me. I swear to God.
Yeah,
word for word. It's like you're telling.
So people really die from that, and their body becomes so dehydrated that their kidneys fail.
That's what he was telling me. He was in the hospital,
and it's not like a little percentage.
My man got
what I mean?
skinny and like emaciated from it. You know what I mean? Was really sick, and now he looks nice and healthy because he had to give it up. You know what I mean?
You never hear about those stories.
Nah.
You know what I mean?
You know
all you
why?
hear
Because
about is like
it's all about the Benjamins.
It's
baby.
the green rush.
That's it. It's all about
It's
that
the
money.
green
That's
rush.
the new gold, dog.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like I get it. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I guess you know what I mean, dude. Even when I was smoking recently, bro, I was buying it on the street still, bro. I wasn't even buying it in the dispensaries. I feel like the weed that the homies had on the street was stronger.
Yeah, well, all my buddies like out west, they all got like farms, and I'm pretty tapped in there, so I was just getting it all through there. But like growing up, like it was stigmatized, but there was also like this whole religion underneath it, where it's like everybody knows it's harmless. You know what I mean?
It was harmless in the 70s, bro. Like I was talking to a psychiatrist, and he's like, Carmelo, pot is no longer a recreational drug. It is a hardcore psychoactive chemical. Like, you know, like and I believe it. I mean, that shit, they got stuff that's THC is like 90% or some shit like nowadays.
That's
like,
it's insane.
In oils or whatever, the extracts and shit.
In the 70s, it was like under 10.
5%. Yeah, you know what I mean? It was grass, bro.
Yeah.
Smoking the grass. Now it ain't no grass, bro. That shit is hydrochronic.
And then like the kids these days, like younger kids have never even smoked a joint. They only do dabs or like the concentrated.
Dad just sent me on a fucking roller
like, imagine
coaster.
being 17 and your first time, like all you do is smoke dabs.
Yeah, I mean, the first time that I got like, I used to smoke L's all the time. Like I was like a blunt guy, you know. Being in like New York, we smoked Phillies, Dutch Masters. You know what I mean? It was more of like a social thing.
Dude,
you know what I mean?
when I've been out in Cali for so long, nobody says L's out there.
Is that like an East Coast thing?
Yeah, I believe so.
I'm an East Coast guy. I've been to California a bunch of times.
I always smoke L's.
Yeah,
man.
no doubt. Yeah. Nowadays they don't
Dutchies.
even. I feel like they don't even make those vanilla Dutch anymore, do they?
man.
Right? It's like they use the cigarillos now. Everybody.
Yeah. But remember the big fucking.
Yeah, but I used to take the leaf off. You know what I mean?
The
Crack
honey
it down the
Dutches.
center. Yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah,
I like
man.
all that. I was a vanilla Dutch man. I was the Dutch master, bro.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean? But like, I don't know. Like, I couldn't imagine taking a dab when I was that young.
Pass the Dutchies to the left hand. Dutchies, like, I think, like, food. And that's what they're talking about because they were all sharing food.
Yeah, I heard something about yeah, that's great. Everybody always thought they were talking about the vanilla Dutch, bro.
Right. They might as well been.
Yeah, no doubt. That shit got revisited.
To the point where you always pass it to the left.
Straight up. Don't call me Skip. You know what I mean?
Right. Don't call me Skip. Dude, that's a good one.
I just recently heard well, we were talking about Jim Greco earlier, but like I heard he came out with a clothing line. I didn't get to see it yet, but my buddy was saying it's pretty fire, but it's a little bit pricey. He's one of the better dressed skateboarders, I feel like.
Yeah. It's wild, man. I haven't drank coffee in a long time, and it's so good. I could just keep drinking
Really?
it. Yeah,
You
yeah.
enjoying it?
I'm starting to feel a little tweaked out. You
I'm
know?
pumped. This is my
I feel
second
like I'm in a
cup.
tweaker pad now.
Yeah, no doubt you are, bro. I'm sweating right now. Yeah, I make it kind of strong. I don't put that much water, and I'll just put like a nice amount of coffee. I don't get cheap with the grinds. You know what I mean?
Right. You know, it's delicious. It's good.
Thank you. Good. I'm glad you like it. You know,
Hell yeah.
gives you a little stimulation. You know what I mean?
Right.
We smoke a vape too. Yeah.
Hell yeah. This thing's almost, dude. I just been hitting them so hard.
Are they legal or illegal, bro? Because I feel like for a while they were saying they weren't selling the flavored ones, but I can.
That's in California.
Here too, though. I thought.
Oh really?
Yeah, you notice like Wawa don't sell flavored ones.
Okay.
Only nicotine or menthol, I believe. You know what I mean? Like.
So in California, you're not allowed no menthol.
But what about like
no
that?
flavored vapes either?
You can't even get them at like a mom
No,
and
they
pop?
still have them, but they're not supposed to.
Yeah, I've been doing this because it's like people said it was cheaper, but it's really not, bro. I spent like $200 a fucking month on this thing. I feel like, you know what I mean. I buy flavors I don't even like, and then I just gotta throw it away, and then you know what I mean.
I like the disposable ones just because they're like easy, and I always feel like, maybe I should try that now since some time has went by. When I used to smoke those back in the day, they would just always fucking leak, man.
Yeah, this thing don't leak really, but I feel like the disposable ones, it'll say like 2,500 hits. That lasts me 3 days. That's an insane amount of hits that I'm taking off that thing, bro, because I smoke them nonstop.
How many hits?
2,500 or whatever. No. Yeah, 2,500.
So this one is 9,000.
What does that last you? How long?
Virtue, if you're listening, hit us up for the sponsor.
I got the Vaporesso, bro.
Yeah, hit us up. Hit us up.
Yeah, like how long will one of those last you?
A week if I'm good.
But that's what I mean. 9,000 hits. Break that down. You're doing 1,000 hits a day. How many hits do you think are in a cigarette? I know for a fact because I just did the research. One cigarette. How many drags?
Let me think for a second. I'm gonna take a wild guess. 40.
One cigarette?
Yeah.
10, bro.
10?
10 drags. That's it. A
Ooh.
Newport regular. I smoke Newport soft pack.
Big
Shout out to
drags?
Newport. What's up?
Yeah,
No.
you're right. I used to be able to smoke a Newport in one fucking pull, man.
You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah,
they're 10 hits. That's literally a pack of cigarettes is 200 hits.
Okay.
I looked it up. You know what I mean? And yeah, that's kind of crazy. I didn't know. I would have said 20 if you would have asked me before I actually did it and looked it up on the internet. And they do it on purpose. They want it to be 10 drags. You know?
Right.
That's like a calculation. You know, they put that amount of tobacco
So
and all that.
about this is like you smoke it way much more because you could smoke it anywhere. Even no vapes in here. But what the fuck?
I just hit them in the store. I get
You're
yelled
not
at all
gonna
the time.
know. You know, I'm not gonna.
Yeah, I was
set
in
off the
Goodwill
smoke
the
alarm.
other day with my girlfriend, and my friend worked there, and I'm just like clouding it
Right.
out. He's like, "You're gonna get me in trouble." I'm like, "My
So
bad."
I quit smoking cigarettes and now I just vape in bed.
Yeah, no doubt, dude. I freaking had sex with my vape in my hand. I'm not even playing. Me and my girl both got it. My vape. You know what I mean? Like, I
I
always
sleep with it.
Yeah, they need to put like a little tracker on these things. Somebody tried to tell me that they make like stickers now that you can put on them so you don't lose them or some shit.
Wow.
Cause I lose this thing like
an air tag
5 times a day probably. I'm like, where's the vape? And then I get all frantic, you know.
Yeah.
My buddy like actually was one of the first people I think to ever own a vape store in New Jersey. 9 South Vapes was like in Tuckerton, and I mean, he was like selling it for a smoking cessation device.
Okay.
To quit smoking cigarettes as a healthier option. I feel like they are healthier. I swear, like to me, I feel like I breathe better with these.
Yeah.
But people say that your lungs can't clear the glycerin or some shit.
I'm sure. Well, not enough time has went by for us to see what it actually does.
My parents are like, you need to go back to smoking cigarettes. I do both, bro. Like, you know, I just nicotine is my only vice I got than caffeine nowadays. So like
Yeah, no, I'm sure it's bad to put
smoke
air
anything
fresheners
besides
in
air,
your lungs.
no doubt.
Yeah.
Well, it's food grade flavoring and vegetable glycerin.
Right.
That's what the good ones are. That's what this shit is, I think. You know what I mean? In here. And that's
It's wild to be inhaling that though. Like
I know, you really shouldn't be
9,000 times a week.
Yeah, but they were saying that cigarettes, your lungs can clear.
Right.
They can't.
Interesting.
You know what
Yeah,
I
I mean, we'll see.
Time will tell.
Yeah, I mean, how long have they really been out? What, like a little over a decade?
Yeah, I'd say over, because like 9 South had to come about 2008, I'd say, or no, 2012, 2013. I would say my man opened his store, and he did good on it. You know, there's still another one over here, but the original location is no longer there. I think he does a lot of sales online now. But now there's like, yeah, but you'd think there was like a boom in that stuff for a while.
Oh, yeah.
But now it's like hard for me to find juice, bro.
Right, because they're all disposables.
I like to find the dudes that mix them, and then you get the flavors you want or whatever.
Which is like, I wish there was a company that was like, send us back your disposable so we could fucking remake it. Because like, after a week, like these are just going in the garbage. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like
it's kind of a waste,
right? And with this one, they give you like, it's like you're buying an iPhone. You know, you get a whole box.
Charger.
You get a charger.
How much
but
does that
every
run you?
single time you get a charger. So now I have like 30 chargers. Right.
What is
25.
That's not that bad.
It comes with like a necklace so you could hang it on.
Yeah,
it's just
then
like
you're
I
official.
just want the vape. You know, like make it cheaper and just give me the vape.
I like the flares.
You can put it in a bag. You
The
don't have to
flares
put it in
have
an
the
iPhone
best
box.
flavor. I feel like the flavor are so good, but they die in like 3 days.
Right. I liked Alien Lush, I think it was. They have a banana one and a mango one.
Dude, banana was my shit. Banana
banana's
ice.
so
I like
good,
banana
dude.
ice.
I've always been a banana guy.
Yeah, my girl was making fun of me. She's like, "You love artificial banana." I'm like, "I'm hooked on artificial banana."
It's the
guess.
best.
It's
really
good shit,
good.
man. Yeah, I know. I hear you on that. Yeah, the one that I like was into was like called something like Ugly Monkey Yacht Club or some shit, and like it was like they specialize in banana ice. You know what I mean? And it was really good. I bought 2 for $25 and never seen them again.
Yeah, this is like the vape cast.
Yeah, right. Oh man, that's funny.
Smoke them if you got them.
Yeah, smoke them if you got them. I hate when people like are asking for cigs and shit. I was just in that treatment facility, bro, and there would be like this dude. He's like, "You gotta smoke."
Dude,
like,
that's nice thing about not smoking cigarettes. But
people will still take the hits off of your thing too.
Well, that's what I was about to say. It's actually even worse because everybody wants to hit the thing, and then it's not you're giving them a cigarette. You got to like share spit. You know what I mean? I'm always like, no, man.
I'll give you my cut, but I'm not taking the cut from
and
you,
then
bro.
whenever you give it to somebody, oh, can I get a hit? Then it's like, oh, come on, man, don't smoke the whole
That's
thing,
whack,
man,
bro.
dude.
Yeah, I'm not about it, bro.
Yeah, dude, chill
A
out.
rehab hit is like they put like their shirt over
Scavenger
there and shit,
smokers. Oh, it's a shame, man. I just quit yesterday.
Yeah, like, well, stay quit, bro.
Yeah, stay quit.
You know what I mean? Shit. That was I kept saying that every day. I'm like, smoke them if you got them. Like, you know what I mean? Don't be smoking on my tab, homie.
Right. Vape Nation has gone wild, though. It's like,
yeah, they made
kids are just growing up on vapes. You
It's
could
like-
smoke them in school,
Bro, it's
like
like
if they
almost-
had these when I was growing
oh
up.
my god, I
yeah,
can't even imagine, bro. It's like a snack.
right. They say you go into like a school bathroom and it just smells like a banana.
Vaping in the boys' room.
It just smells like mango peach. You
Yeah,
know,
just
it's
vaping
like,
in the boys' room. Dog, no more cigarettes. You know what I mean?
Vaping in the boys. It sounds so corny.
Yeah, that's where we've gone, bro. Like, you know what I mean?
Vaping in the boys' room. That should be the name of this episode.
Yeah,
Vaping in the boys' room.
no doubt.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's so funny, man. Yeah, nothing looks as cool as smoking a cigarette, though, man. It just looks
Aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah, man. It just looks tough, dude.
Yeah, I still crave my Newports, man. I mean, they're the tastiest cigarettes ever invented. In my opinion.
I was always a Newport guy.
Were you too? Yeah, that's what's up.
Newport 100s, only because they don't make 200s.
Yeah, like I went through a phase where I was smoking Parliament Lights or some shit, and then I'm like, the other week, like when I was like, I threw a pack out the window, bro, because I'm like, I want Newports, bro. You know what I mean? They just taste so much better. Like, it's just like, you get the pleasure, bro. I always laugh when I think about the old Newport ads.
Yeah.
Dog, they would have like people like snowboarding.
Right.
They should put like people chilling at the bodega or something, doing scratch offs. Like,
dude, the Marlboro gear was so fly, though.
Yo, I'm the Marlboro man, dog. Yeah, that is some mill gear. My buddy,
dude,
my
the
uncle.
jackets, the hat.
Even
I
Camel.
have a good hat.
I have a Newport hat.
Joe Camel.
Joe Camel, that was geared towards children.
Yeah.
Yeah, my dad, because my name's Carmelo, my dad always would buy me Camel lighters, you know, he would call me Camel and shit. But like,
Camelo.
Yeah, right. You know what I mean? I think it's like, what's it called? You ever see those Newport sneakers that they came out with?
No.
Dude, they're like
I want some Newport
over
sneakers.
$1,000, bro. Like way even more than that. I think that I forgot the name of the brand that makes it, but their like specialty is they come in a box that looks like a Newport pack.
Can you look it up? Show a picture.
Yeah, let me see if I can find them.
I want to see them, man.
They're fire, but they're very hard to find the originals. They make
$1,000, man. That's like a pair of Yeezys.
Dog, they make bootleg ones now that are like $250. Hold on.
Newport shoes, man.
They
That's
look like
fire.
Air Force Ones, kind of, you know?
My Air Force Ones.
Watch. There they are. Bam. Ari. Menthol Airs, bro.
Wow.
You see them shits? Look, I think that's the original. Yeah,
I didn't even like realize that the Newport sign is just a Nike sign upside down.
Should we show the camera? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Send them the link so they can check that shit out, bro.
Yeah. Newport, hit us up for that sponsor, man.
Ari, hit me with a pair of the menthol 10s, dog. I need these, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
the
they match
10s.
my pants and
Is that
everything.
what they're called?
Menthol 10s, dog.
That's so fire.
It's Ari Foreman's infamous menthol 10s, bro. Look at the fucking box.
Oh wow.
Come on, man.
Yeah, that's fire. Do they have Newport ones?
They're just called menthol 10s, bro.
Menthol 10s?
I don't know why. You know, that's the thing. Look, they come with like a whole fucking indulge yourself in the pleasure type deal, like the Newport Pleasure ad.
I need to get that shoebox.
Bro, I want these, bro. Let me see if I can find a price on these shits. They got Newport Nikes too, bro.
Wow.
They're pretty fire. There is
Marlboro still has the coolest gear out of anybody.
Yeah, dog. Are you ready? Are you ready for the price?
Are you ready?
Are you ready? $12,000.
Stop.
Bro.
No.
eBay.
Show them.
I ain't playing, dog.
That's wild.
$12,495. They got ones for 20 G's.
Oh my god.
I found like there's like another brand that made like a bootleg version. 1,600. 49,000 for the Freddy Krueger SBs. I don't even like them, but damn, dog. I mean, fuck it.
Who is buying $20,000 Newport
Maybe
shoes?
2 Chainz or some shit.
Right.
Not me, most expensivest. You know what I mean? These are the ones that you could get for $330. They're like Marlboro menthol, dog. They're kind of fire.
Yeah, those are sick.
The menthol killers.
Yeah.
Check them out.
God,
bro.
she's too bougie. She's got the Newports on.
Yeah, right? Dog, right? Oh, man. Yeah,
you come from money, I see.
Yeah, no, you got your Newport menthol 10s.
Not everybody got menthol 10s, you know?
I don't know anybody that got them, man. You know what I mean? They're like legend. They're like urban
the box
myth,
is insane.
Urban myth status. Yeah, these are pretty cool. I mean, I might drop the $330 on these, but I'm not really. I mean, Marlboro menthol's kind of fire.
Dude, maybe we should just make Newport shoes.
Or just make like all the cigarettes.
Right.
Parliament Light sneakers.
Yeah, Parliament Light sneakers.
It's like, you know what I'm saying? For the Caucasian community
Yeah.
or some shit.
for the white girls.
Yeah, white girls rocking the Marlboro Lights, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Marlboro Light kicks might be fire. It'd be like slip-on Vans or some shit, you know what I mean? With like a cigarette pack. I think we got a good idea, bro.
We'll make some capris.
Yeah, why not? Virginia Slims.
Virginia Slims, man.
My one homie, like, he used to smoke Virginia Slims, bro. I think that's gangster.
Have you ever
BDE.
smoked the clove cigarettes?
Oh, fuck yeah. Those
Dude.
are the gothic cigs. I like them shits.
I didn't. I thought they were ass.
I
Every
like
time
'em.
I smoked one, it was like...
They're like spicy.
Right. Yeah, they're spicy. And I think it was always in place of a cigarette. So, like, I really wanted nicotine and not, some hippie shit.
I went in
They
like,
are spicy, though.
They're expensive kind of, too. They're like a little more than a pack of cigarettes, I think. I smoke the soft pack Newports now because they're $1 less.
I was going to ask you the other day, why do you smoke the soft pack?
It's kind of like old school. I roll them up in my sleeve.
Sure,
when I'm feeling
yeah,
a little
yeah.
fucking fashionable or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I just feel like I always ruin them in my pocket.
Yeah, that's why you got to kind of keep them in your chest pocket.
Right, or rolled up in your
rolled up in
sleeve.
your sleeve like a badass. you
Like
know
a
what I mean?
badass, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah. They're $1 less. That's the reason why, though.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. God, I've been smoking more than ever. Crazy. You got a Bass Pro Shop?
Yeah. Yeah, my buddy gave me that hat.
I got like a fucking credit card with Bass Pro Shop for like 10 G's. Like,
Bass Pro Shop. Hit us up for the sponsor.
no doubt. I rock the Carhartt gear, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I fuck with Carhartt.
Yeah, no doubt. There's one in Atlantic City. I try to stay away from Atlantic City. That's like my stomping ground.
Okay.
I'm a gambler.
Right.
As well as omni addicted to many other things that I try to stay away from now, you know?
So I was never into like AC or Vegas. I've
never been to Vegas.
I'm not into it because I don't gamble.
Yeah.
I don't drink. There's nothing there for me.
Have
know
you
what
ever
I mean?
gone inland from California?
Yeah.
It's like mad, like pretty meth, right?
Sure. Yeah.
Heavy. And dirt bike riders.
Yeah.
Pro metal militia comes from there pretty much.
Right. Right. Yeah. No. It changes pretty fast when you go east.
Yeah. I mean, like the most away from the beach I ever went was like La Mesa.
Okay.
Is that even away from the beach?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like 20 minutes.
My homie
20
lived in La
minutes
Mesa.
east.
I stayed at his house. And I've been to Los Angeles. I've been to Pacific Beach. You know what I mean?
When I first moved to California and I like wanted to start a band and stuff, I moved to LA with a friend first, and I hated it, man.
LA's got weird vibes for me.
It was just I couldn't connect with anybody, and like I feel like everybody was your best. Cause a
a lot of transient people that end up out
right.
there.
So I quit my plumbing job, and then at the time I had just financed a Kia Optima.
Yeah, they're nice.
So I was like, as soon as I got a reliable car, I could move to Cali basically.
Word.
I was like, all right, I'm going. But I figured this is the time when like Uber kind of just came out. It was like 2016. So I was like, all right, I could just like go to LA and Uber.
Yeah,
you know,
is that what you did?
To make so everybody, I was like, this is perfect, right? I could meet some musicians or producers or anybody, you know?
Yeah. LA is LA, you know?
And I did. I met a lot of them. They come in my car. But the problem was like, they were your best friend and everything while they're in the car. And then as soon as they're out, you never hear from them.
Yeah,
you know, they promise you the world. And it was just, I got so tired of that.
Everybody's trying to kind of get on top. You know what I mean? So,
Sure. It's just like, I felt like everybody is only out for themselves.
Well, everybody's trying to become an actor or a musician.
There's no
or some
sense
shit.
of community.
Yeah,
That's at least that's what I felt. And I, like I said, I was only there for like 2-3 months, but I didn't like it so much that I was going to move back to Jersey.
Yeah.
And then my buddy Sean was like, dude, we had some buddies in San Diego, and he's like, yo, just go to Steve R's house for like a week, regroup, enjoy it, and then come back. And then I went to Steve R's house in San Diego, and I ended up renting a shed, and I was like, I ain't going anywhere. I'm starting a fucking band, man.
What's up? Yeah. I've been to Long Beach, too.
Yeah.
My friend went to like Long Beach, like college out there, like LB, I don't even know what it was called.
So much drama in the LBC.
Kind of hard for Snoop D-O double G. I got you, dog. You know? Yeah, like, you know what's funny? I recently was looking at like this astrology thing, and they were saying like your sun lines where you're like supposed to live, and guess where mine literally intersects with directly.
Sun lines, never heard of that.
It's like Los Angeles.
Oh, okay.
And I've been to LA, and I went out there to get tattooed, that like Spotlight tattoo, which is like Bob Roberts is like OG of traditional tattooing. You know, he tattooed in New York back in the day when it was illegal and shit. And I wanted to get tattooed by him, and luckily enough, he retired that week. I go all the way out there, and I'm like, "Yo, Bob, I want to." He's like, "Oh yeah, I'm retired." But I did get tattooed by a dude that works at his shop, Lavelle Spotlight. You know, gave me a beautiful pinup girl on my ribs. But
nice.
I
got some pinups, I think.
Yeah, I like to collect.
Do I?
From
Oh yeah, right there.
Yeah, that's cool. I was checking that one out with the little Hanya.
Yeah.
You know the story of the Hanya, right?
No.
So like, a prostitute fell in love with this dude supposedly, and the dude wouldn't be with her because she was a prostitute. You know, and I have a Hanya on my back too.
Right.
You know what that face represents? The Hanya, a scorned woman.
Okay.
This is a scorned woman. So like they said that he wouldn't be
Looks
with,
like a witch.
Yeah. But he was in love with they loved each other, but he wouldn't be with her because she was a prostitute.
Okay.
So she killed herself. And then when she killed herself, every time he would be intimate with a woman, that face would be on her.
Oh, damn.
Like a ghost.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like I got a tattoo of the Hanya thinking it was like the devil back in the day, or like an Oni would be like a demon. Have you ever seen like an Oni mask? They're the same as that, but they're like a little different, you know?
Okay.
Onis are like this crazy, like to call them, they said cannibals, and is like a understatement. Like, you know what I mean? They were like the most crazy demons that like existed in like, you know, folklore, I guess, and stuff. But I got one thinking it was that, but it was actually a Hanya. And now I have a couple scorned women in my life.
Yeah, man. Imagine that would be a boner killer.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
Unless you're into that kind of thing, you know, you get a little fucking crazy.
Right.
Weather's breaking out here pretty nice now.
The springtime is nice, man.
Spring has sprung almost, you know?
Yeah, it's like, that's why I love the seasons in the East Coast. You know, it's like you got to make it, the winter gets so dark. The boardwalks are empty. Everybody's inside.
Desolate, yeah.
And then spring comes and everybody kind of pokes their head outside. The birds start chirping. It's like rejuvenating, you know?
Yeah, I hear you. I know. I love the fall in New Jersey, man.
Oh, God, it's the best.
But it's so short.
It is so
it's
short.
short-lived. I feel like
you got to get your pumpkins fast.
Yeah, I feel like, and then the winter is long and the summer is long, you know what I mean? In California, the weather is pretty perfect.
I feel like as I get older, just time keeps going by so much faster. There's actually like an equation for that. Like the older you get.
Really?
Yeah.
Time is man-made, bro.
Right.
It is, you know. It's what limits us in this existence, you know.
Yeah.
But I hear you. I know. And once you have kids, man, it really goes by. I have 3 children, you know.
Yeah, I got baby fever. I got no kids.
Whew. Start manifesting, bro. You'll have one in no time. That's the way it goes. I feel like I was like I've
been manifesting. I want a baby so bad.
You want to laugh, bro? Like I really am careful about things.
If anybody wants to make a baby,
hit him up, bro.
Hit me up.
I guess not me, bro. I'm about to get snipped and not even tell anybody. I bet sneeze and get girls pregnant. But like just recently, like So like when I got my first baby, my first child, right? I owned a barbershop for a while, and I'm in the barbershop, and I'm like, I want to have sex with a pregnant girl, joking around. That was the worst joke, man, because within a month I had a pregnant woman that I was having sex with, and I didn't even know it. You know
Damn.
what I mean? I met my baby mama. I got her pregnant within like 2 weeks of knowing her.
Damn. So yeah, like my first love, like pretty early on, she got pregnant, and one of the biggest regrets of my life. I like panicked. She panicked, and we're like, whoa.
What are we gonna do? Yeah.
And we got a submersion.
Yeah.
But what we neither of us knew at the time is that when a girl is pregnant, it lets off like mommy hormones, and when they get this submersion,
they still are very fertile.
Right. So they still like they're expecting to have a baby, you know.
Word.
So like the rest of our relationship, she was just like begging me, like I want to, you know, and like. It just scared me so much, you know, because I felt like I couldn't take care of myself, really. How would I take care of a kid? But I was being selfish.
There's a will, there's a way, you know. Well, it wasn't meant to be at that time. But, like, for me, like, the crazy thing was, like, I got my girl pregnant within, like, 2 weeks of knowing her. Decided to man up, have the child. Great thing. My son Carmelo is the illest dude. Shout out Carmelo Jr. You know, and, like, but I didn't know this. So, after they give birth, if they don't breastfeed, they are extremely fertile because their body believes they lost the baby because they're not breastfeeding.
Right.
So I got my second child immediately afterwards. They're like literally Irish twins, they call it. They're like a year apart, not even.
Yeah,
you know
that's
what I'm
funny.
saying? Yeah, so I have Irish twin boys, and then I have a 2.5-year-old daughter.
That's awesome.
Shout out to Cruz, shout out to Sage. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. I know, I'm getting older too, man. I really want to have a baby.
Well, if it's meant to be, it'll happen, dude. You know?
Right. So I've been like, the universe has a plan. I don't know, man. I feel like that's bullshit. I feel like you need to have a plan, you know?
Well, I feel like, yeah, if you're not planning, you're planning to fail, they say. But, like, I really do believe in what's meant to be will be. You know what I mean? You got to, like, put the footwork in, though.
Yeah.
So if you want to have a baby, you better start boning.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've been single for a while.
Yeah. You ain't
just because I've been like...
No Tinder hookups or nothing?
No. After...
Get it, bro. It's not that bad. You'd be surprised. I met one of the best girls I've ever been with on Tinder, bro.
I still haven't gotten over a relationship from 3 years ago.
Well, you know what
I've
say.
dated people since then.
The best way to get over somebody is to get under somebody else.
Yeah. Right. It didn't work, though. I got under a few people since, and I went through that, like, from smoking weed. It caused psychosis for me. And I didn't know that it was the weed at the time because weed's harmless. It's not addictive and it cures everything. So I didn't even consider taking that out of the equation, right?
When you're in psychosis, though, you're in psychosis. So it's not like you're really able to even fucking think about what's going on.
Right. And I thought the weed was helping me because it would initially, like every time I would smoke, I'd feel like a little relief. But I didn't know that was actually fueling it. And I spent 3 years like in a deep depression, like crying every single day for like 3 years. So that's why I don't have a girlfriend, you know? It took me a long time I didn't even know what mania or manic was until a couple of years ago. Then I was like, oh my God, I feel so embarrassed for so many things I've said and done.
The water company.
Right.
I love that idea, bro. I'm still like, I was thinking about that shit for days. Like,
yeah. So, for me, any kind of drug I do usually induces a manic episode. And I did acid one time. We went on a trip and we did acid. And immediately I was like, I know what I need to do with my life. I'm going to start a water store.
Everybody needs to drink water, bro.
Right. 3 days.
I was drinking enough.
Yeah. But after like the 3 days of like, water store, it's going to be great. I'm like calling people, you know, texting people like, dude, you got to be happy for me because I found my following.
Found your fucking niche. Yeah.
It's been here the whole time. I love water. I surf. I grew up by the water. Yeah, it's the theme
Makes
of my
sense.
life. Gonna
I
make
get
a
it.
water store. And then 3 days later, and you're like, fucking water's free. You know, it's like,
yeah. I remember I have a friend that like made a bunch of money when that alkaline shit became a
Right.
thing. You know, like he was selling the Kangen water. Have you ever heard of that shit?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was selling that, and like
I'm a big water head.
I need to become one, bro. I'm an iced tea head and like vitamin water.
Cop killer.
Yeah, body count. I like body count too.
The name of my acoustic album is called Water. And in Jersey, I didn't know this until I moved to the West Coast, but we pronounce it water.
Water. How do I say it? I'm from Florida. I lived in Florida too. I'm like, my shit's all
You've
messed
been saying it right, but when I moved to Cali, every time I say water, people would be like, "What are you saying, man?"
How do they say water?
Water.
Water.
So how I learned to say it, it's Walter without the L.
Water.
Right. So in my band, it was a joke. We would always be like, "Yo, you want some Walter?"
Yeah.
That was gonna be the name.
That's funny.
It was gonna be Big Water or Big Walter. Was going to be the name of the new album we have coming out.
I barely drink water, man. Like, I need to.
I love it.
If I buy like a bottle of like the Evian or Avion, however you say it, I like that shit, or like Fiji a little bit, you know what I mean? But I'm like,
I like going to like in California, I got really into going to like the water stores, like where I just have like 5-gallon jugs. I have like 5 of them, so I could have 20 gallons for the month.
Yeah.
You fill up once a month. It's like $10 for 20 gallons. Best water of your life.
What is it, purified or is it spring water? Is it purified
it's
spring?
Purified.
But not spring?
No, I think it's purified tap.
I'm like, it's funny because I say I don't drink water, but I'm kind of a snob when it comes to water. Like, I can taste like the difference in like Fiji
of course.
or
Yeah.
fucking, if I'm gonna drink like the inexpensive like bottled water, I like Poland Spring because it's
Right.
spring water. I do not like Aquafina, bro. I cannot drink that shit, bro.
Since I've been moved back, I've been a broke boy, so I've been drinking tap water, and it's
Don't
pretty
drink
gross.
it out here. I heard out Tom's River, man. I remember like kids were getting sick from that shit back in the day.
Yeah.
I'm afraid to drink it. I'll put it in my like tea when I boil water, but they have a Brita. Upstairs.
I've been drinking like gallons of it.
Do you think the Brita water's okay?
Yeah, it filters it out.
Officially?
I don't know.
Better
probably
than-
it's probably just tap water. You know,
better than not filtering it, I guess. you know?
Sure, yeah. But the way I get around it is I like to freeze it. I love like cold water.
Why will that kill like?
No, it just tastes better to me. Like when it's warm, it's like I don't know. When it's like freezing cold, it just tastes like ice.
Yeah, I hear you.
I love cold water.
Yeah, like when I'm hot, when I'm sweating, if I'm playing basketball or some shit, I'll like definitely go for that, you know. But for some reason, I'm like, I love like iced tea. I love Gatorade. I don't drink Gatorade as much anymore. I'm really big, and the Palms, you know, those little Palm wonderful joints. I like them, like the orange blossom tea, you know.
Right.
And my girl's into that. She's like a vegan and shit, so she's like always eating fucking sprouts and crazy sea moss and shit. But this shit is good for you, you know. I'm down. I'll eat it, but I also like a steak, man, every now and then, or like chicken. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
I did the vegan thing for like 6 months. And then I broke that shit
That
with
shit's
like
for the birds, man.
I went to Ruth Chris, bro. I had like a 16-ounce steak, and
I need steak.
I got a meat high, bro. I was
Dude,
meat
you
sweat.
need meat.
Yeah,
it's like what the fuck.
I was high off the meat, and then I went to the casino. I hit for like $180. I'm like, this is ill, you know. I'm back in
We
the
are
game.
carnivores. We eat meat.
Yeah, but I mean, some people would disagree with that. They say like we have teeth like a fucking plant eater. We don't have like sharp canines. You know what I mean?
Right, but I mean, we could chew steak.
No doubt. Yeah, I can.
Yeah. Yeah.
No doubt.
Should we wrap it up?
Yeah, I think we could. Yeah, how you want to wrap it up?
All right. That's all for this episode.
Nice seeing y'all. Be good.
We will be uploading regularly. Like and subscribe if you liked. Dislike if you didn't like it.
Call the complaint department.
Yeah. we don't have a upload date yet, but we will have one soon, and we will consistently upload on that date. And we're going to try to pump out a couple of these a week. So definitely like and subscribe, get in the comments. Let us know what you liked, what you didn't like. And we'll see you in the next one.
Much appreciated.